Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Friday, March 26th market update. On the economic front, the Q4 GDP came in a little light at 5.6%. Forecast was for 5.9%. And the monthly consumer sentiment was a little better than forecast at 73.6. Forecast was for 73 even. On deck for Monday, we will have the monthly U.S. personal income and outlays. The dollar and oil were down today. Gold, silver, and copper were all up. Light sweet crude futures were down 53 cents to settle at $80 a barrel even. Over to the West Texas Intermediate crude point and figure chart. So we're still on a sell signal on crude, and we will be until we take out the previous column of X's, which would be, we need to print 84. Here's the previous column. So, we're still kind of bouncing around here between the 80, 83 though. So we're still stuck in here in this range. So continue to monitor that. The dollar via the ETF UUP. We're still, we've the MACD's, curled down a little bit. We've had a lot of buying here in the dollar. The dollar pulled back a little bit today, but it's still, it could possibly fill this gap where it gapped up here and come back down to 23.75, or it could hold right around this previous area here around, the 23.90-ish or so, which it got down to, well, almost there today, 23.94. So, but overall, the dollar to me looks like it's probably going to probably go higher since it's broke out across this, downtrend line, which it's been doing this. It's making higher highs and higher lows. So the dollar looks like it's probably going to continue to strengthen. Look at the euro FXE, which typically both, helps the commodities when the dollar pulls back and the FXE's up, which it did today. And of course, commodities got their little pop through gold, silver, and copper. It will. So let's take a look at the Dow. So Dow closed up 9 points to 10,850. S&P closed up almost 1 point to 1,166, and the Nasdaq closed down 2 points to 2395. Russell closed flat at 678. The Dow held up the best by being up a whole 0.08%, and the Nasdaq was the weakest, down a whole 0.10%. All the indices were basically pretty flat on the day, just kind of grinded around. So we're still in, if you look at the Dow, we're still holding this channel, the uptrend line. We're still right there. Look at it. This candle is kind of a little bit of a shooting star again. Like here, this is the Tombstone Doji, shooting star, saying, but we're stuck up here. And, consolidating sideways is fine. So I wouldn't get too bearish. Here you get a little more bearish if we break this uptrend line. If you take a look at the S&P 500, we've been in this channel up. It started, February the 5th, and we've been stuck in this channel up, still in, this channel. So, and we've got support here at 1,150, which we could pull back there. It currently, 60-minute is, the market's grinding so slowly, and the way it's moving, it's the oscillators sometimes haven't been all that helpful. But if you look as we're going up, this MACD is getting lower and a little bit lower, just a tiny bit lower, and tiny bit lower here as we're up to the top. So I think we will have a pullback. I don't think it's going to be real deep, but I still think in the RSI, if you look at the RSI as we're going up, what's the RSI doing? Going down, relative strength. So we'll see how it plays out next week. But again, I don't know if we'll have anything too awful. But I still think we're leaning towards a pullback here. And let's take a look at the Nasdaq. Same thing. Still in this channel up. So again, that was the, well, we are still on channel up. Sorry, that was still the S&P. but if you draw it out, it's the same thing. You've got this channel up, bouncing in between it here. So they all look pretty similar. Volume was actually pretty good again today. It was above average to slightly above average. So it looked pretty good. Let's look XLF. Look at the financials. They look the same. A lot of volume, not going a lot anywhere. Let's look at Bank of America. Bank of America is kind of stuck. Let's look at Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs has pulled back. Had some little bit of selling here, maybe some profit taking. It's kind of moved. It's moved pretty good here. Been on a nice little trend up here. Let's take a look at the VIX. VIX was actually down today 3%. So not a lot of fear. Complacency could be driving us to have a pullback. I think everyone's pretty complacent right now. Let's go look at the McClellan oscillator. So we're at minus 19.61. So, like I said, we're in the oversold type territory. But again, we won't really consider oversold till we get down in here. The minus, consider it more minus 40 to minus 80, somewhere in this area here. Of course, more would be oversold. Let's take a look at the point and figure on gold. So as I talked about gold, and I'll show you on the traditional chart where we got that bounce. We were getting near that 150-day moving average and got the bounce. I talked about that yesterday on the daily market analysis, and we all have this uptrend line here on the point and figure as well. And we did get our bounce, and so we're still holding the uptrend line on gold, even though we're on a sell signal. So we only printed a sell signal by this one box. So gold did get its bounce today, as we thought it might. Silver is also on a sell signal, and it's just been trapped between these areas here of like 15 to 17, 18, which it continues to stay in that area. And copper, and these are futures charts that we're looking at. Copper is still on a buy signal. It will not go on a sell signal until it prints this 328 right there, the $3.28 area. And so again, it's trapped between here, back and forth, back and forth. Go over here and look at the gold chart real quick, and let's look at the 1 year. The 150-day moving average is this kind of brown maroon color right there. You see we bounce, we bounce, we bounce, we bounced, and we got another bounce here. So we'll see. Of course, until gold really takes out this downtrend line, I wouldn't get too bullish here until it takes out this downtrend line. So until it closes over this 110, I think it's fine for a trade here, but until it really closes over 110, I wouldn't get real bullish on gold yet. And silver's looking okay. It continues to hold this 16 and a quarter. We're still stuck right in this area. And copper, via these ETFs that we're looking at, copper is actually the stronger one. Looks like copper wants to break out above this downtrend line. It's kind of in a bull flag type pattern more than anything else. So copper's definitely looking pretty good. Let's go look at the sectors. So 9 of the 16 sectors we follow finish in the green today. The gold index was the leader, up 2.04%. Software index was the weakest, down 1%. So of course, on Fridays, there is no chart watch on Fridays. I will post my weekly watch list here on Sunday evenings. Let's go take a look at the current market signals. Of course, all three are still on a buy, and market's still been pretty good. I still think we're going to get a pullback, but maybe the market will prove me wrong. But it looks like to me from the MACDs and the oscillators that I use and the RSIs that we're going to get one. So, all right, and that's really it for today. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and have a great weekend. And thanks for watching InvestSharp's Daily Market Analysis.